Hello, my name is Roseanne and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my main channel where everything's pretty much art related. Today I'm sharing a bit about how taking a pretty long break from art has helped me get back on track with my artwork. If that sounds interesting to you, please stick around and yeah, let's get to this video. There are several YouTube shorts on this channel and maybe even a regular long format video about how to keep going when you're having art block. But recently I took about a month off from art, and that is the longest break I have taken in years. I might have, well, I don't know. I had a bad incident back in the beginning of 2022 and I took a few weeks off then, but I was sporadically kind of making artwork when I could. But this has just been the longest time I've put up my hands and been like, hey, I'm taking a break in a few years. So normally when I feel that urge, I might take a day or two off, and then I do my best to just kind of get back on track and stick with, with my artwork and do what I can. And I have to accommodate my disabilities and work around that already. So I'm always just afraid that maybe if I step away from doing artwork that I won't go back to it, because I did take about 20 years off. Not completely off, but it was very sporadic, hobbyist type of art projects here and there for almost 20 years. So anytime I start taking a break, I get this anxiety that what if I just never come back to it? What if I just give up? And I guess this time around, I decided, I didn't like the way my art was kind of looking. And a lot of it was, one, I haven't been feeling good, and I just kept trying to push myself with all these flaring issues, with arthritic hands and shoulder dislocations, trying to just paint and draw through that. And I don't know, just my tenacity, my determination would not really let me take a break for a while. And eventually it started to show in my artwork, and I just felt burnout and miserable. So I decided to take a break, and it's been about a month. I got back on track a week or so ago and painted this little thing for this wall. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago, but before that I had taken about a 2-week break, and then I had worked sporadically on a couple projects, and it was another 2 weeks before that. So over the course of 2 months, there was about a month away from art. Ended up doing some good because now I want to make artwork again. It doesn't feel like something I have to just force myself to do and try to power through, because I had a nice break. I'm feeling a little better and I'm taking it easy. Every once in a while I push myself just a little too hard and get a gnarly reminder not to do that. So there was a bit of that combined with some other things that just, it was time to take a break. Coming back to it now, I've got kind of a new perspective. I've got kind of a few different ideas, and I'm putting them into, practice with my artwork, and just sitting on the couch again and drawing when I can, and not worrying about filming it always. Sometimes I get wrapped up in, oh, I've got to film everything, and the fact of the matter. And that was, I guess, the type of art that I did stick with while I took my break. I did make some content or short videos and some reading videos for my other channel. But all in all, I didn't force any art projects. I painted a couple little Halloween trinkets for fun. that's the kind of project that I consider, you know, a fun thing. It was no pressure. I got a little too into it and ended up like making my back sore for a few days because I have to stop myself and take breaks. If I sit too long doing artwork, I will go to move and I can't straighten out my back or, you know, even walk very well. So, yeah. I did have fun with the little hobbyist crafting Dollar Tree, you know, Halloween stuff. But other than that, I didn't do a lot of serious artwork until the last 2 weeks. And I'm feeling refreshed. I'm coming at some new projects with, you know, with some energy that's, yeah, that wasn't there because I was getting burnt out. Sitting around. There's been some stuff I've had sitting around that needs to get finished. I think most artists have artwork like that, and one of my things that I make myself do every couple of years is go through older artwork and either finish it or repurpose it into something else. So there will be some videos with that on the way. And again, you know, sometimes it's just good to take a break. I forget that, and I was reminded of that recently. So I'm back at it, and we'll be posting more, you know, newer artwork and whatnot. Hopefully, I don't know, you know, I've had health problems too. That was another reason I didn't post a whole lot, and I got really sick on Halloween, which isn't surprising. There's always some reason that I can't enjoy actual Halloween. Something always comes up. So I start, you know, making Halloween stuff in September or October, and I enjoy it before the actual holiday because I know it's been so long since I've had a Halloween that there was not illness or some a wild thing going on. But yeah, I was sick. I couldn't even get in front of a camera really right then. I mean, I could have, but it wasn't. Editing me would have really not liked that, and I don't think you guys really want to see somebody sick with the flu or whatever. So I took that week off, and yeah, I'm back at it. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you the next time I post a video. Have a good day.